How do you get into photography? It's not easy. It's very difficult. Remember, this is still a business, and you look at other photographers and they're doing so well, making money, and it looks like the celebrity life. They're traveling all over. It's not that fun. It's not that amazing. It's not a celebrity life. But I'm going to tell you everything. Remember, this is the real masterclass where I tell you exactly the reality of what it takes to be a photographer. So first of all, don't fall for friends and family that tell you, oh, you take beautiful photos. Don't fall for it. They're lying. Okay? Sorry, family and friends. It's the truth. Not all your photos are amazing, especially if you haven't even started doing photography. Okay, so let's go through a few points, and in later videos we will be looking at camera settings and all the nitty-gritties that get you to start your photography career. But before you can start your career, the first point is, if you are not creative, don't start this journey. You will waste your money. Okay? You will buy an expensive camera, do 1 or 2 shoots, and then you realize, damn, I'm not good at this. You have to be creative. You have to have a creative mind. Light, shadow, all of those things. You need to realize that. It's very important. Okay, but let's assume you think you are creative. So the first thing you need is a good camera. Now, you know, a lot of people say you can start with an entry-level camera and just start off with your phone and all of that. Yeah, I suppose you can, just to see if you have a knack for it. But don't waste money. If you feel you have a talent, buy a decent entry-level camera with a decent lens. When you buy a camera and you get a kit lens with, it's not the greatest lens in the world. And you will soon realize it when you see the quality of your photos versus a professional camera. So yeah, you need a good camera. And cameras are like cars. You get all different types of cars, a Mercedes, a BMW, and whatever floats your boat. And they're all the same, actually. Yeah, some are more luxurious, some are faster, some are this and this. They all have their things that are amazing about the car. It's the same with photography. All the cameras are great, and they're all competing with each other. So it's a tough industry, the camera market. So, but at the end of the day, all the cameras are great. It depends on what you like and what you want to, when you hold the camera, what you want to let the camera do for you, how it feels, and the way you hold it and the way you zoom in and out. It's like a car. If you sit in the car, you just feel, oh, I love this car. It's the same with the camera. The camera needs to work for you. Okay, but we'll get into cameras and settings on a later date. Photography is a journey. It's not, you're not going to be famous tomorrow. And you're not going to be the best photographer tomorrow. It's a journey. It took me 15 years to get to where I am now, and I'm still learning. Okay? That's the reality. You're not going to be famous in one day. Very, very important. Okay, now you have a camera, and what do? I have a camera, I bought a camera, I've got a decent lens. How do I work this thing? It's overwhelming. Don't let anyone tell you it's easy. Just do this, the triangle, whatever, and don't fall for all those videos. It's difficult. A camera can be overwhelming when you first hold it in your hands. There's a ton of buttons. When you go into the menu, there's a lot of things that you will not understand. Okay? But that's okay. Start with auto mode. It's fine. You can start with auto mode. The purpose of this channel is to get you from shooting on auto to shooting on manual settings. So what's manual settings? On the top of your camera there will be a dial with a M, a A, a P and all kinds of funny things. We want you to get to a point where you shoot on M. So manual mode is fully manual. You set all the settings. When you shoot on auto, the camera decides all the settings for you. It makes it easier. So, and then you put your camera on auto mode. What now? What do you do now? Do you go out and shoot a wedding? No, sir. No, ma'am. You don't do that. Okay? Don't shoot any project that someone pays you when you just bought your camera. It's going to be a disaster. I guarantee it. Don't fall for that. Rather, learn your camera first. Shoot anything and everything that moves. If your cat runs down the hall, just shoot them. Not with a gun, with your camera. Okay? If a butterflies fly in the garden, go take photos. If you see bees, be careful though. Don't let them sting you. Shoot them with the camera. Anyway, bad joke. We'll carry on. That's how I started. We shot everything we could. Anything that moves. We played around with droplets that drop in the water to get the splash. That's the way you learn your camera settings, and that's where you can practice on manual mode. Very, very important. Okay, don't try to be a pro from the start. You are going to fail. Some of your photos are going to look great. Some of your photos are going to be total disasters. I will never show some of my first photos I took. It didn't go well. And this is my last point. You need to get to a point where you realize what type of photography you want to do. There are lots of different types of photography. Nature photography, wildlife, sport, cars, racing, all of that. You get wedding photography, product photography, studio photography, outdoor, all of that. There's lots of different types of photography, newborn, you just name it, and there's anything that you can see can be a potential type of photography that you can get into. What do you like? You need to get to that. From my point of view, when I started photography, most of my photos were cats and butterflies and all of that. But I realized quickly that I love taking photos of people. So I started with fashion photography. But fashion photography got real boring real quick for me. It's the same thing, model, male model, female model. Then I got into wedding photography, and that sparked the creativity in me, and I just flourished in wedding photography. Other people will flourish in product photography, and there's a market for all of that. Food photography, there's a big market for that. It just depends on what you like. Don't shoot something you don't like. Okay, very important. Show me in the comments what you want to see next. Give me your questions. Tell me what you want to see in the videos. I will gladly make videos for you. Remember, this is the reality of what it takes to be a photographer.